Right, so Uncharted 4 is done.
I thought you were playing it again on Crush.
Shut up, Dave. So I just need to go back and finish Fallout 4, get Batman done, catch up with Hitman Episode 2, and then I should finally be back on track.
You know Hitman Episode 3 is out now.
Right, Hitman Episode...
And you need to get into Overwatch.
Overwatch.
The Blood and Wine DLC is out for The Witcher 3.
Crying out loud! Games, for goodness sake, stop being so plentiful and brilliant. I don't have the time. Especially you, Far Harbour and Blood and Wine. You're not even full games. You're just DLC. Just DLC, with a combined playtime of about 40 flipping hours. In fact, here are 6 DLC expansions so big they could easily be actual games. And we'll start with the aforementioned Blood and Wine because, for goodness sake, here was me thinking Hearts of Stone was big and brilliant because it added about 10 hours worth of story. New characters, new side quests, new treasure hunts, tough as nails, new bosses, and an extra bit of countryside to rummage through east of Novigrad. That's the one, the area with packs of level 33 drowners. Blood and Wine adds an entire map. Tucson is a new chunk of open world that's bigger than most games. It's comparable in size to Velen or the Skellig Isles, and let's not forget they alone are big enough for an entire RPG. What's cool about Tucson though is how fresh it feels compared to the setting of the main game. Witcher 3 is beautiful in a kind of, oh, look at the evening sun play across this field of corpses kind of way, whereas the setting for Blood and Wine is beautiful in a, well, beautiful kind of way. It's like a fantasy fairy tale, a kingdom under a mountain, its gleaming red architecture untouched by war. But as you'd expect, it's not all masquerades and wine in Tucson, as underneath all the finery, there lurks a powerful evil. It's too soon to go into detail about what happens, but all you need to know is the story is excellent, the monster's gruesome, and Geralt as cool and ruthless as ever. This is enormous DLC that will drag you back into The Witcher 3 for a good 20 hours at least if you're looking to mop up everything. Sorry, Life and all other games, you'll have to wait your turn again. There are some words you hear in tandem so often that together they become a cliche. Stunning visuals, gameplay mechanics, irritating badger. Zombie DLC, good one, thank you. It's the classic go-to add-on when your game is done, isn't it? What if it was the same, but with zombies? The absolute best example of the same but with zombies is Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare, which somehow manages to take the open world sharpshooting action of the main game and make it work against the shambling hordes. Shambling hordes, that's another one. There's a neat twist here. Undead Nightmare disregards official Red Dead canon and presents a what if this happened instead scenario, where Marston's wife and son are afflicted with zombie-itis, leading our grizzled anti-hero... Shut up! Leading our protagonist to hogtie them both as he sets off to find a cure. You're let loose in the same massive environment as before, only now it's like something out of Goosebumps. Silent, ominous, perpetually foggy. Also, zombies behave differently to gangs of outlaws. They don't hide behind cover and they don't shoot unless it's bioluminescent vomit, meaning you'll need to shake up your playstyle if you want to kill them. But basically, shoot them all in the head. Or run through them as one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse. Yes, you get to ride those too. War, pestilence, famine, death, all 4 of which are their names, and one of which would be my specialist subject on Mastermind. Next up, we've got Artorias of the Abyss, a sizable expansion for Dark Souls that adds to the game's wonderful lore by sucking you back in time to the land of Ulasil. Here, you're charged with saving Princess Dusk, who thinks you're Artorias, which is just rude, and also defeating Manus, Father of the Abyss. Basically, this means some awesome new areas, new bosses, new weapons and armour, and lots of new dying. All in all, it should take you a good 10 hours or so to get through everything, a decent portion of which will be feeling sad about Sif all over again as you fight his corrupted companion, the titular Knight Artorius, who sacrificed himself to the abyss to protect the Great Grey Wolf. Anyway, die. Our next entry was tough to pick as I could pretty much have filled this entire video with Fallout expansions. Fallout 4's Far Harbor is huge and brilliant. Old World Blues from New Vegas deserves at least an honourable mention, but I'm going for my personal favourite, The Pit from Fallout 3. In terms of size, it's maybe not as big as some of the others I've mentioned, but that main story quest, it's properly harrowing stuff. Set in the post-apocalyptic remains of Pittsburgh, your lone wanderer assumes the role of a slave inside the Pit, a raider settlement where, rumour has it, the boss has discovered a cure for the mutations plaguing the area. As is often the case with Fallout, your initial impressions of what's going on are turned upside down when you reach the end, and you're presented with, for me, one of the most difficult choices I've ever faced in a game. Spoilers incoming. Do you kidnap a baby, who is the cure by the way, and kill her parents but at the same time free all of the slaves? Or do you not do that and allow her parents to continue work on a possible cure, but in so doing condemn hundreds to a life of slavery? Or do you get so confused by the moral ambiguity of the choice that you just run around killing everyone? I definitely didn't do that. Anyway, what a brilliant piece of DLC. Our penultimate entry is episodes from Liberty City, technically 2 DLC expansions for Grand Theft Auto 4, each with complex, hilarious and action-packed narratives that intertwine with the main game. The Lost and Damned follows the story of hardcore biker gang leader Johnny Klebitz. Spoilers, yes, that guy who ends up being killed by Trevor in GTA 5. While The Ballad of Gay Tony follows, yes, Gay Tony, real name Anthony Prince, as they both end up in serious financial trouble and battling various thugs and crime lords over a conflict diamond deal gone south. It's typically eccentric stuff, and both expansions feel every inch like proper Grand Theft Auto games in miniature. And when I say in miniature, the vast open world of Liberty City is still your playground, and both stories are full of dangerous, brilliantly written psychopaths. Thanks very much, Rockstar. I'd totally have been happy with just some new vehicles or something. Final entry then, and this is possibly my favourite DLC ever. It's certainly one of the biggest. The Shivering Isles, expansion to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, was absolutely amazing. Yes, the Dawn Guard and Dragonborn DLCs for Skyrim were awesome too, and I could easily have put either one in here, but Shivering Isles, for me, was such a wonderful change in pace and tone and colour from Oblivion that it stayed fresh in my memory all this time. It's a completely new area split in 2. You've got Mania and Dementia, both of which feel unique and vibrant and wonderfully weird, a possible response to fan feedback that Oblivion wasn't quite magical enough. Well, here's a place with giant mushrooms and bugs and a mad expanding man then. The ruler of the Shivering Isles is Sheogorath, a bonkers Daedric prince who tasks you with ending the Grey March, a cataclysmic event that completely destroys the Shivering Isles. As is the norm with the Elder Scrolls, you can completely ignore this and muck about the new open world doing whatever you like, and it's awesome, easily adding another 30 hours or so of gameplay to the 300 odd you'll have already spent in the main game. 30 hours. I can finish Final Fantasy VII in 30 hours if I'm quick. So there you have it, 6 massive DLC expansions, so big they could easily be actual games. Let us know in the comments if you can think of any more, give us a like if you liked this video, watch another one by clicking one of the links on screen, and subscribe for more Friday features every Friday. Thanks for watching.